OpenPoint works on most newer mobile devices, such as smartphones and tablets. It was designed to automatically adjust for different screen sizes. Almost all the functionality available to you on the desktop also works on mobile. I'll take you through a few screens to give you an example. So we're taking a look now on the job dashboard. You have the same basic set of options such as recent jobs, my jobs, workflow progress, the links below, etc. that you would normally have on the desktop version. Of course, we made some adjustments so that you have less actual records showing on the screen, but for the recent jobs, my jobs, and workflow progress, you can use these arrows to still navigate to the other options that are available to you. If you scroll down a bit, you can see some of the other options that are normally on the desktop, such as the bulk entry items and the customizable links. And of course, you have the big orange plus button that lets you create a brand new job. In the search bar, it works just pretty much like you normally would. You can just start typing and it will try to match any jobs that meet that criteria. You also have the drop-down arrow option to give you all the different search fields that you can specifically look for. So I can look for proposed and approved and click on search, and it'll just give me those. In the upper left-hand corner, you have the main menu, and that's basically identical to what you have on the desktop. So you can get to all of your modules by clicking on those in this section. You've got your customized links here, plus the same help option, and you can also switch between the different modules. So I can go to water if I wanted to, and also some of the user options like signing out, changing passwords, and things like that are also available to you. So let's actually go into one of these particular jobs here and take a look at how that is a little bit different than what you've seen in the past. Okay, so first thing you might have noticed here is that there's a little bit less options than what we had on the desktop version. So we took out the grids and a few of the fields, and we just narrowed it down to kind of the basic things that you really needed to have access to. You can't get to all the data that you need to, however. You just have to be able to navigate it in a little bit different fashion. So you can also, like in this example, we could move the workflow to the next stage in the process. So I can just click on constructed here, and I can move that forward if I wanted to. You have access to all of the fields in the job setup by just clicking on that, and you can get to every single one of those. You have to scroll a little bit to get to some of that, but all the options are there. You also have the ability to assign people to workflow or to the job as far as the workflow team and the crew is concerned, so I can just click on that, and I've got my drop down and I can change that if I want to. And then on the upper right hand side, this gives you access to the menu that's normally just always visible to you on the right side of the page. And so these are all the exact same options, and you can go into one such as the labor transactions, so I'll do that. So one thing you might notice here in this list is we have the transactions listed as normal, but we have a few less columns. So we try to narrow it down to just, what's the most critical columns that you'd want to have access to, and we just show those. Besides that, you can still click on an item. You can still go and edit and change all the options. You can go in and add a brand new one from scratch. The picker controls work in the same kind of a way, just a little bit smaller. So all of that is pretty much the same. So I'll close that. So you can do all your transaction editing and adding just like you normally would. You can also edit, enter in the estimate entries as well if you want to do an estimate real quick. So all of that is possible just like you normally would. You can even get to reports. So if you just go to the main reports module there, you can just do a search like you normally would, or you can look through and get to your favorites, and you can click on an option here, and it'll prompt you for whatever criteria are needed. And you just have to make sure you have Excel installed on your mobile device so that it can use it to be able to display the results, and it works just great from there.